Good evening, friends. I'm Neelam from Kiran Advisors. Welcome to the virtual IPO roadshow of Mangalam Alloys Limited. Mangalam Alloys Limited is a prominent player in the stainless steel industry, headquartered in Ahmedabad, Gujarat. The company is known for the 3 decade long commitment to performance and ethics, holding distinctions like the two-star export house designation and other certifications. With nearly 200 dedicated employees, the company prioritizes a quality-centric work environment and are guided by principles of innovation, intelligence, inspiration, and integrity in shaping the stainless steel industry's future. Joining us today is Mr. Tushar Mehta, the Managing Director of Mangalam Alloys Limited, Mr. Gaurav Jain, Director of Expert Global Consultants Limited, Lead Manager to the issue, Mr. Anish Shah from the team of Expert Global Consultants Limited. Now we will have a small introductory video of the company. I would like to request Mr. Tushar to give the brief about the company. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Neelamji. Uh,
Thank you, sir.
my name is Tushar Mehta. I'm the Managing Director of Mangalam Limited. Mangalam Limited is more than 35-year-old company where into stainless steel manufacturing since inception. We started with a very small unit, uh, you know, more than with a land of more than 4,000 meters. We started with a small manufacturing activity. And now, after 25 years, we feel very proud to say that we're a complete integrated stainless steel manufacturing setup for long products, where we have a manufacturing facility spread from in more than 40,000 meters of land. We have our own melting shop, rolling mill, heat treatment, dry bar up to fasteners, and almost 30 to 50% of revenue comes from export. We're exporting to more than 30 countries at the moment. And as far as India is concerned, we're selling to northern part of India, the western part, and some southern states. And we also have an in-house R&D facility where we are continuously trying to develop research on different products, different processes, which enable us to have the best productivity, best cost of production, and also to match to the current world's demand.
Now I would like to request Mr. Gaurav Jain to give details of the IPO.
Hi friends. So Mangalam Alloys Limited is going to hit the IPO tomorrow. That is on 21st of September 2023. Issue will be open for 3 days. For that is 25th of September 2023, and the issue size is of 68 lakh 64,000 shares at a price of 80 rupees. That is 10 rupees face value and 70 rupees premium, and the total issue size is 54.91 crores, and we're expecting a listing on 5th of October 2023. So that these are the details of the IPO.
Now we will start with question answer session. Question has come from Mr. Mitesh Kundar. Could you elaborate on the stainless steel manufacturing process at your integrated facility, including the use of induction furnaces and quality control in measures?
Yeah, thanks, Mitesh, for your question. Yeah, so it's the facilities that we have. We buy scrap, we take scrap, and then we use the scrap in our furnaces, which are induction furnaces. The maker of induction furnace, Inductor Thumb, and we use scrap for melting of stainless steel scrap to make it into ingots. So your question was that on the stainless steel manufacturing process at your integrated facility, so that's our first process that we take scrap, we melt it. After melting, we have rolling mill where we roll it into different profiles, round bars, hexagonal squares, angles, flats, according to the customer's need. After that, because it's a stainless steel item, the hardness and the machinability is equally important. So we have heat treatment processes where we do the heat treatment on the material. Either it's solution quenched and tempered, or air quenched, and then after that, the black bar is ready for its use. Also, we have a bright bar facility, so the 70-60% of our material goes as bright. So then we have a bright bar department from where we make we convert black bars to bright bars, and also we have a fastener department. So basically, if you say as an integrated, the definition is that when you're buying the the lowest is your scrap as a raw material, and the finished goods is bright bars, profiles, and fasteners. So hence we are an integrated setup where we have induction melting furnaces, rolling mill, heat treatment, bright bar, and faster under one roof. Talking about the quality controls, we have our in-house lab where we have spectrometer. Then we have mechanical testing equipments for yield strength, elongation, RA value, tensile strength, hardness tester machine, and also to check the radioactivity and to certify that any inward material and the outward material is free from radioactive. We have radioactive testing facilities, everything in-house. And whenever a customer demands for a third party or NABL approved certificate, we also do it outside. We check ourselves outside also from a third lab. So that's how we measure our quality. I hope this suffices your need of the or suffices your need what you asked for. If there's anything, do let me know.
Another question from Mr. Mitesh Kundar. What are the key products manufactured by the company, and can you explain the significance of each in your product portfolio?
The key products, I would say we are making seven shapes of stainless steel. In terms of volume, I would say round bar is the highest that we make every month, every year, and mainly round bar is used in various applications. Talking about the end use, it is used in pump and valve industry, oil and gas industry, offshore marine application, food processing, chemical. A lot of industries, these products get used. Uh, Talking about individual products, so one shape that we make is round bar, which is like a normal round that you can measure in diameter. Then we make hexagons. Hexagon means which has six heads, so six corners. Then we make square bars. Square bars has four corners. Then we make stainless steel angles. So angles is basically like a V-shaped angle, which is used for some offshore marine applications and is in good demand in export. Then we make flat bars. Flat bars, there are various applications. It is used in chemical industry. Aesthetically, also, it is used in different products. For example, if you want to use for furniture item, it is getting used. If you want to use in construction, it is getting used. But the end the use is slightly high end. Then we make stainless steel fasteners. We into hot forging of fasteners. Hot forge, I mean, we start from M16 and we go up to M64 as our regular range. And maximum production that we do is all customized. So we take the order first, then we procure the raw material, and then we make it. So more or less, it's like a tailor-made item that we deal into.
Miss Priya Chandak is asking, what's the current capacity utilization of its stainless steel melting and processing unit?
Yeah, that's a good question, Ms. Priya. Thanks for that. Because we are an integrated setup, it's not necessary that every it's like six industry is under one roof in the name of Mangalam. So each department has a different capacity. So yes, melt from like if you want to designate a stainless steel manufacturing unit, melting is the first base. Melting is the first thing. So yes, we do say that melting is the capacity which defines us. Melting capacity right now is around 25,000 tons per annum. That's the capacity, installed capacity. However, we are utilizing around 60-65% at the moment. And regarding other processes, rolling mill, heat treatment, bright bar capacities are very different. A rolling mill is a higher capacity, bright bar is more or less equivalent to the melting. This is the facilities, this is the capacities we have installed.
Bimal Gandhi is asking, hello sir, wanted to know how do you plan to allocate your capital in the coming years?
You're talking about the sorry, but Gaurav, can I answer that because I don't know. It's about future. I think I cannot comment, but Gaurav can confirm.
for future years, I think they will plan for their working capital and increase the capex when when the capacity is fully utilized.
Nilesh Karani, can you elaborate on clients and geography where we do business mainly?
Talking about export, as I said, we're doing more than 30 countries at the moment. If we talk about the geography, it will be easy if we divide into continents. So I'll say Latin America and Europe are the major continents that we deal into. Then we also do deal with some Asian countries like Taiwan, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Malaysia, and this is how we cover the 30 country geography that we have. And talking about India, yes, because we are based out of Gujarat, and Gujarat is one of the most vibrant state of India in terms of manufacturing and also consumption. So our major sales is in Gujarat, also Maharashtra, Mumbai, and Pune. And Mumbai is one of the biggest stainless steel market of Asia for long products. So we have a decent sale in Mumbai too, and some small sales I would say which happens in the northern part, which is Delhi, Gurgaon, and Jalandhar, and some small sales also happens in Bangalore, Chennai, and Kolkata. These are the major, I would say, cities and states where we are geographically diversified.
Mr. Pitesh, who has asked, you mentioned about international and national patent. What is this patent about? Can you elaborate? What is the cost of registering international patent and Indian patent respectively?
The patents that we have is basically we have developed few processes through which we are able to recover the metal losses. For example, if you want to make any metal from scrap or you want to melt it, there are some losses. There are two types of losses, I would say, to be specific. One is recoverable loss and one is non-recoverable loss. Non-recoverable loss means हम लोग बोलते हैं घट. Say if you go to a sunar and say okay I want to remelt this gold chain into a ring or ring into a chain, he will maybe he'll give you 2 grams or 3 grams or 2-3% less in weight. That is the yield loss that happens during melting. When we do melt, we roll, we do other processes, finishing, grinding, polishing, everything. So there are yield loss in different processes. So what Mangalam has done in last 6-8 years, or I would say we've been doing since 20 years, but we try to put it in a proper way since last 6 or 8 years, and hence we also have the recognition from the Central Government of India DSIR. We're the second steel plant in India after Jindal to have this recognition, and the first in India to have the patent based on processes. So we have patented few processes through which we have minimum emission of waste, hazardous as well as non-hazardous. Every industry does does generate hazardous and non-hazardous waste. We have developed processes and patented it nationally and internationally where we are recovering metal and trying to not pollute the environment, and rather I would say we are aiming for zero. We have already aimed and we have almost reached to zero solid waste discharge, hazardous and non-hazardous. As far as the cost is concerned, very honestly, I don't have it in hand right now. But definitely, if you want more details, I can share your email ID or something. I can give you the exact cost. But the Indian patent cost is not huge. I would not say more than 3 or 4 lakh rupees. International patent did cost us more, but it was more about time and getting it through, because we wanted to see that also challenge ourselves that is there a patent available for the same process or not. That was the journey how we decided let's go international and see where do we stand. And we see that the whole world is going through waste management crisis, and we see a golden opportunity if we can commercially set everything right globally across the world. we can do something much better than what we're doing right now.
Ms. Priya Chandak is asking, can you detail the significance of its product diversity and their contribution to revenue?
Uh, Thanks again, Priya, for this question. Talking about this journey, we started 7 8 years back. Last 20 25 years, we were making, I would say, the same product, which was like the commercial one, the round bars, and few grades like 304, 316, 210, 410. Those are the most happening grades of this industry. But then we thought that with time everyone is earning good. There will be some technology. There will be some kind of competition. So how do we survive with this competition? How do we stand out of the competition? Because with the experience, the kind of experience that we have, from the first generation, uh, my dad started this industry where the annual production of stainless steel was not more than 3,000 tons per year. Right now, we are making the stainless steel long product alone would be more than 3 lakh tons per month production in India. It's been a long journey, but yes, how do we stand out? So we try to do some analysis, like SWOT analysis, that what our strength, what our weaknesses. So we chopped out that yes, we are very good at melting. We know we were there in the journey of stainless steel, so we know the if cause and effect of what goes wrong when, how. So we thought that let's stick to our basics, and we have some small diversification on profiles, because profile had a good market, had a good margin. But what we saw, there were not many players in profiles. Also from the customers end, they had to knock different doors for different products and different profiles. So we wanted to become like a one-stop solution for all our customers, and that's how we phased out our journey. That's how we aimed that okay, let's develop different products. Now, simultaneously, we also develop different grades. In the last 8 years, we have developed six new shapes, new profiles in stainless steel, and we've also added 10 or 20 grades in stainless steel that we were not making earlier. And there are two or three grades that is still getting imported from other countries in India, that we are making in Mangalam, and we've replaced the imported goods with our own Mangalam Make in India goods. And in terms of revenue, it's I would say it's a balance between volume and service. What we're aiming is that we enhance our services, extend our services to small consumers, which helps us return with a better revenue, and also we get more visibility. In terms of product diversity and its contribution, I would say the profiles are giving us a better revenue compared to the commercial goods. But yes, we have to make everything in order to supply as a package.
Question from Mr. Prashant Shah. Why is the net sales after tax down on YOY basis?
I uh, I don't think so. It's down. I think it has increased year on year. In last, if you talk about last 3 years, it has increased. Yes, 1 or 2 years we did got affected because of COVID, and as I said, our maximum revenue is coming from export, and export was quite hit with the freights increased, and also uncertainty. Sometimes we were in lockdown. Some other countries like Brazil or Colombia, they had lockdown. So there was a lack of communication. We had to hold the inventories, hold back the containers. So that did affect us. But since last 2 years, I don't think so. The year-on-year basis sales is down. It has been on the increasing trend.
Ananya Swaminathan is asking, hello sir, could you provide information on the company's product portfolio, including the range of stainless steel products in manufacturers?
Yeah. So, I'll again say that we're making segment shapes, so I'll go one by one. We're making round bars, round bright bars. The range of round bright bars is 3 millimeter to 400 millimeter in diameter. Then we're making angle bars. Angles we're making the minimum size is 20 by 3 mm, and it goes up to 100 by 12 mm. And we make flat bars. Flat bars we start from 20 by 5 mm as the minimum size, and we go up to 100 by 30 mm. Then we make hexagonal bars. We start from 12 mm as minimum, and we go up to 50 mm as maximum. Uh, Same square bars we make 12 mm as minimum, and we go 50 mm as maximum. Then we make fasteners. Fasteners start from M16 and goes up to M64 as the most running range. And we also sell forged ingots. Ingot basically is used by some big forgers, uh, those who are supplying to heavy engineering, and they make forged products out of it, maybe flanges, maybe pumps, or maybe big diameter material. So we also supply forged ingots to them. They buy, they forge it, and then they sell it in the market or to the end user. So this is the product range.
Rajesh Swaminathan is asking, do we import scrap?
Yes, we do import scrap.
Again from Ananya Swaminathan. Also, if there are any plans for diversification into new product lines or markets beyond stainless steel and higher alloys.
Uh, Thank you, Ananya. We have plans for higher alloys because we have already taken few trials, and some new business opportunities already under discussion.
Ananya Swaminathan asking, what is the company's approach to CSR and can you highlight any recent CSR initiatives or projects?
Uh, CSR is a very important part, I would say. Uh, there are two. I would say because of the compulsion, yes, we have to do some CSR. But apart from that, we also have labor quarters in the factory where 400 laborers. We provide shelter to them. We provide food at a subsidized rate to them. They have. We try to maintain good emails where they can live peacefully. We have a full-time doctor available at our premises, like a junior level doctor. We have a dedicated ambulance for any emergency. We have tied with 3 hospitals around us, so that if there's uh, any accident or any such thing, we want to make sure that our staff or labor gets proper attention on time, and we can do whatever is best from our side. Apart from that, yes, the other compulsion CSR, we have been doing it. For example, child education, some other donation, as well as from the CSR part. Yes, we do that. We also try. We believe that we this kind of activities start from home. So we try to do whatever best we can do, not just because of the compulsion, but because of our uh, whatever pockets we have, whatever earnings we have, how much we can spend. We like to dedicate or do something for the people who are working for us, because because of them, it's because of their hard work and because of the team effort we are here. So we always value them more, and we try to value them more.
Mr. Vignesh Ahuja is asking, how is the company utilizing its substantial 25,000 TPA melting capacity? And are there any plans for capacity expansion or utilization optimization?
Uh, for the optimization, yes, whatever capacity we have, we want to optimize or we want to utilize it properly. We have to reach to the 25,000 ton mark, and that's the whole idea of ours. Right now, we are utilizing around 60% of the capacity, and the idea is to go 100%. But for expansion on the melting side, no, we don't have any plans yet.
Question from Mr. Ms. Ananya Swaminathan. Sir, what are the major risks and challenges that the company anticipates in the stainless steel industry, and what mitigation strategies are in place?
Uh, Thank you, Ananya, for your question. We are in a SME industry, and challenges changes every month, every year, every quarter. So I would say, like, 5 7 years back, we thought that, okay, yes, growing from this would be a challenge. We had complexities in India. Yeah. Bombay being one of the Asia's biggest market, we had octroi, we had CST, excise, and issues between the central government and the state government, VAT and CST. So there were challenges. Hence, we diversified to export. Then GST happened, so it was a bonus for us. So we expanded in numbers, in customers, in regions. So every year, I would say the challenges are changing. The basic industry challenge that we see is there's a price volatility in stainless steel. There's a lot of volatility. So what we do is that we try to naturally hedge. Whatever we buy, we sell. Whatever we sell, we buy. This the whole process happens within 24, 36 hours. This is how we hedge our position or de-risk our position. Then there's a dollar fluctuation because we're in international market, so there's a lot of dollar fluctuation happening. In last 3 years specifically, it has happened a lot. So we try to hedge our currency, import and export, and that also happens within 24, 36 hours of the contract made. This is how we try to de-risk our position. Apart from that, yes, I see that there are other challenges, like there are the good automatic lines coming up. The large industry the large industry manufacturers, they have that kind of resources to spend on the automations and all that. But being an SME and the kind of attitude now and aptitude we have in Mangalam, we always try to go for some kind of jugaad, some kind of innovation, some kind of research, which is always there, and we try to be better in the market. For example, technology. Yes, 2 3 years back, we saw that there was we saw that in future there would be a need where how we can reduce our cost. So we bought completely imported peeling line from Italy. We were the first in India to buy that machine from that manufacturer for India. It's a completely integrated line where we could replace 18 machines by one machine, and our productivity was increased by almost 2.5 times. So such kind of research and know-how about the technology in the world, we always try and do, and we try to reach to a level where we can replace a better technology, or we can innovate on the same technology in order to reduce the cost. And I think stainless steel is a very growing and emerging market. If you see, per capita consumption of stainless steel has been on increasing trend since last 20 years, and it's still increasing year on year. So I don't see a major challenge in terms of the stainless steel industry. Yes, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of the cutting edge today's world, we have to innovate, and we are open to that, and we always try and do something different, something better, so that we can survive and we can be above the competition in today's world.
Mr. Vignesh Ahuja. Also, can you elaborate on the current utilization rate of the 40,000 square meters facility and any plans for facility upgrades or modernization?
Current 40,000 square meters of land, We have two manufacturing units, so it's like 20,000 meters and 21,000 meters approx. I'm just giving you a round number. It's more than 41,000 meters, but I'm just giving you a round number. So unit one that we say has melting shop, heat treatment, driver, faster under one roof, and just across the road we have unit two, where we have three rolling mills, R&D facilities, and some lab and office building. So in 40,000 meters of land, we have around 3-4,000 meters of empty space or less utilized space. I would say there's no empty space because it's been fully constructed. There's no scope of constructing more space there. And the plans of facility upgrades, yes, we have few plans in mind, but I would not like to overcommit and put it in advance until unless we are clear that we'll be proceeding in this phases. In terms of modernization, yes, there are few plans where we would like to add on some semi-automized lines or some handling equipments where we can enhance the productivity, but without increasing the manpower. So yes, we have few things in pipeline.
Ms. Anita S. is asking, could you provide insight into your financial strategies, borrowings, and ensuring financial stability?
Thank you, Anandani. Regarding financial strategies, borrowings, I think it's already mentioned in the balance sheet. You can see in the DRHP, RHP also that what kind of borrowings we have from banks and financial institutions, what working capital we have, what term loans we have. Regarding the financial stability, I think more or less there is no uh, instability that we see here in Mangalam. But we see we have a good scope of growing in Mangalam and in the stainless steel industry, and hence we are going for this IPO, which will ensure our it's like a booster dose where we want to immune ourselves. Also, we want to grow in numbers and in a very proper and safe manner, but not in a defensive way. We want to be quite aggressive. I think there's a time for there comes a situation where you decide that you want to grow in like a few percentage, or just for example, if the states growth is like 10% for the whole world growth is, they say, 7 to 10%, and you just want to grow it with a space of 7 to 10%. That means you're just being with the world and you're growing organically. But there comes a phase where you say that, okay, I know what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses, and what I can do. You're quite confident in achieving that. So this is the phase where we say that, okay, I don't want to just grow with the world. I want to do something. I know my potential. I know Mangalam's potential. I want to grow with a very great number, which normally a normal individual won't understand. So we have that thing, that backup in mind, and you will see with time that where we reach.
Anurag Sa is asking, what is your management team's experience and track record? And how does the company invest in its workforce and foster a quality centric work environment?
Currently, with the management structure that we have so from the management side, from the family side, my dad, Mr. Uttam Mehta, is the chairman of the company. Me and myself, Tushar Mehta, is managing director of the company. Ms. Megha Mehta is the CFO of the company. And talking about the other management, we have Mr. Devu Mukherjee, who has more than 30 years of experience in the stainless steel industry, who has been associated with us since last 12 years, and who is also a metallurgist, and he knows the industry very well. So he heads all the production activity of the whole unit. Then we have an accounts head who's heading the account department. Then we have a exhibit who heads the export import of and handles the document. Then we have different HODs under the president who heads a different department of the production. So we have SMS head who is working with us or associated with us since more than 26 years. We have a DGM production for Bright and Blackbirds, who has more than 30 years of 25 years of experience and is associated with us since 8 years. So we have a good amount of experienced workforce in terms of the top level. And we talk about the even the laborers and the supervisors. We have few supervisors, few people who has been associated with us in more than 15 years because SME it's more I would say SME is more from the heart. So we are very close to the people who are working for us, be it a labor, be it a supervisor, or be it the top management people. So we the basic center is that we keep the company in the center. It's not about Meta family or the some top management. It's all about the company, and whatever is needed to safeguard or to ensure a good environment, we definitely try and do that, and that what is felt by our people around us. And since because of that, we have few contractors who've been with us more than 20 years. There was not a need to change them, to ask them to reduce, or they've always been with us and they've always provided. Well, we have grown in good numbers since last 5 7 years. The same contractors have supplied us good manpower, and in return, we also ensure that they get proper food, they get proper environment to stay, to bathe, and proper health checkups. So this is how it's a cordial relationship between the management and the workforce, and we try and maintain the health and safety measures what we should be maintaining, and we make sure that they have regular checkups. Also, we have a tie up with a senior doctor that he comes once in 2 months and have basic health checkup like eye checkup and all that. So we try to do some small things which make sure that they always feel at home.
Question from Mr. Ayushman Sinha. How do you plan to leverage your well-developed distribution and marketing network to expand your customer base and market reach further?
Uh, we we work with the customers directly. We have a sales team in local as well as in export. We have a dedicated sales team who ensures that we reach to the targets. But we don't have like a distributor in between where we don't have visibility with the customer, so we interact with our end user or a stockist directly. In terms of expanding the network and all, we being an SME, we were working on strike rate. For example, say if I want to say sell 2,000 tons of stainless steel every month, so we always keep a track that are we getting enough inquiries? Are we generating those inquiries? So if we have a 6,000 tons, 7,000 ton inquiry, we capitalize on 2,000 tons and ensure that we reach to that 2,000 number. So the idea is to, we already have that kind of customer base with us, so we don't have to look for a new customer base, and we don't have to waste time on searching for new customers. The idea is to expand in with the same customers and maybe increase our strike rate. So, if, for example, out of 100 inquiries, we would capitalize on 25, we have to capitalize on 40 by maybe giving up by talking to them, by ensuring that we'll be delivering on time. Because always in past also we have never said no to any customer, but we have increased maybe the delivery period, which was, we knew that this won't be acceptable to the customer. So we always we already have the roadmap ready. We already have the customer base ready, and we're quite confident once this IPO is done, the numbers that we have thought we've achieved, we have targeted, will be achieved, and within 6 months you will see a fantastic result.
Saurabh Nahata, how do you plan to take on a big players?
Jai Jainendra Saurabh. I'm also Jain and Michame Dubram. Uh, I'm an SME, and I would like to be an SME even if I go even if they don't qualify me. But the attitude and approach will be always SME. SME means not by just numbers. SME means they're innovators. They try to be more close to the humans compared to the machines. So we as SMEs we always love the living creatures more than the dead things. So I would not say that there's any plan of taking on the big players. The plan is to be there, compete with them, but not to take on them, because we know that it's not possible to replace anyone or to discount anyone overnight, and that's not a good game to enter into. So we'll be focusing on ourselves rather than on the competitors and big players, and we see what better we can do as Mangalam.
Mr. Anurag Saha, how does Mangalam Alloys Limited address sustainability concern in its operations such as environmental impact and resource management?
As I said, we have in-house R&D, and environment has been our subject. My dad, who is the chairman of the company, has is has done his bachelor's of engineering in chemical from Bits Pilani. Environment has been his passion and subject. We have our own windmill, and where we generate our own electricity, and uh, we utilize in Mangalam. Then we have our own ETP plant where we hazardous water is getting converted to normal water. But as I said, we have taken this idea one step further, where we are also stopping, or we are reusing the hazardous waste and also the non-hazardous waste, where we don't discharge or put any load in the environment. That's the idea, and we have reached to that level, and we also went for patents of such processes, and we're doing such things in Mangalam right now, every day, every month. And the idea is to do it better, or maybe do some more innovation over there. And I'm sure such things would be encouraged by the industry, and in future maybe everyone adopts that, so the load on the environment is reduced, and it's very important, because the kind of global warming that we're seeing, the kind of climate changes that we are seeing, it's important to keep the environment in the center. Otherwise, maybe 100 years down the line, the generation would see a completely different world that we're seeing right now.
Saurya Bhattwaj is asking, what strategies do you have in place to ensure efficient supply chain management and customer service?
In terms of supply chain, there are two kinds. So first is the raw material supply, and the stores material supply that we need for Mangalam to run it properly. So we have more than 100 suppliers with whom we are already working, and there are a lot of importers who are ready to supply and who have been supplying to us. The idea is to, once we have everything in place, we'll be increasing the volumes with the same supplier. So as the stainless steel, our normally is scrap. So stainless steel industry is growing. So every year the consumption of stainless steel is increasing. More is the consumption, more is the scrap that gets generated, and the same generated scrap will be consumed as raw material for companies like us. So I don't see any major challenge, because it's been in last 25 years I've never seen except in the COVID period that we had to look for a supplier to supply us material because we're not getting that raw material. So and the consumption has increased, the supply has increased every year. As far as the customer service and the sales supply chain management is concerned, we would like to improve on or reduce the lead time so that our customers can get material faster on time. So that's the idea. We've already chalked out a plan how to do it. We have a few. We have done some data mining on that, and we have few things in our mind that we will be doing this and that. This how will be attracting more customers rather than they go to big players. They will be getting attracted to us. And customer service, we already have few things in place. For example, if there's any customer complaint or something, we try and address that complaint within 48 hours physically by reaching them. And if it's an export complaint, we try and reach them within a week physically, so that we understand their problem. They also take it. They also take us seriously, and they know that how serious are we with our quality, with our customer service. But so far, I've never seen a customer leaving us because of customer service, and that's also one of our USP, which helps us in growing every year.
Ms. Priya Chandak, can you provide more details on how the process from the fresh issue of rupees 49.01 crores will be utilized by Mangalam Alloys Limited?
Gaurav, I think you should answer this.
Okay, we have already given in the prospectus that 27 crores will be used for the working capital, and around 6 crores will be utilized for purchasing the fixed assets, and around 11.3 crores will be utilized for general corporate purpose, and around 4.4 crores for issue expenses. So this is how we are the company would be utilizing the proceeds from the IPO.
Mr. Anurag Saha, can you provide insights into the company's customer space, including key clients and any long-term contracts or relationships? So you're not audible.
Sorry, yeah, Anuragji, regarding customer base and all, we are into customized production. So customer will place an order with us first, then we start our manufacturing process. We don't have any long-term contracts with anyone because price volatility is huge in stainless steel. So we try and keep a position where it's easy to fulfill the requirement from purchase and sales. So we don't overcommit ourselves into anything. However, we have a pending orders of like 2 to 3 months of export and around 45 to 60 days of domestic. This is the order book position, and more or less a lot of customers are the same. They are the same old customers who once the old lot goes, they are ready with the new requirements, and requirements keep on changing because we make more than 7 shapes, more than 20 grades. Per grade, we are offering more than 18,000 shapes and sizes. So it's very difficult for us to market, or it's very easy to overcome it, but it's very difficult to fulfill the commitment. So we try and always make sure that we don't overcommit to anyone. And as stainless steel is a very expensive affair from for us and for the customer both. So they don't normally we don't indulge into a long-term contract.
Ms. Sudha Devi is asking, how do you plan to leverage your well-developed distribution and marketing network to expand your customer base and market reach further?
Uh, Thank you for your question, Sudhaji. Sudhaji, we all in export we already have agents who are working exclusively for our product in stainless steel. And every year we they've been given a target that every quarter, every 6 months, we try to increase our customer base in terms of numbers. We also try and analyze what is the import of that country which is coming from Asia, what is the volume that they are sourcing from India, and where do we stand in terms of numbers? How much did we supply? And we see that why it was not supplied by us. What was the reason? So a lot of we introspect ourselves a lot, and we try and see that okay, if we could have done better, where we could have done better. So we keep on introspecting our numbers, our achievements, and that has helped us in growing in terms of customer base and numbers both. In terms of the local distribution network, we will try and have because what COVID has taken a lot of physical touch, physical meetings. It's more virtual. You can see the even today the IPO meet is virtual. So we'll try and do it more one on one, have more close customer meets regionally. We used to have a small get together every 2 3 years with all our customers and basically try to know them better, try what they did, what we did, and try to grow the relationship. So all those things will happen again this year. So the idea is to be close to not just sell the ones who are buying from us, also the one who are selling to us because of them our factory runs. So we will be investing more time and energy in supply buyer relationship.
Question from Ms. Ananya Swaminathan. What are the key drivers behind the company's revenue growth in FY23 and how does the management plan to sustain this growth in the future?
Anand, the growth was happening since last 3 5 years. It was because of the pandemic that we couldn't show it better. Otherwise, things would have been much different, much better. Uh, and the key drivers was the vision to diversify uh, in different shapes, different products, and to reach to a level where customer satisfaction is the highest, our customer reach is the maximum, and being an SME to do something which large corporates, big scales are doing. That was the whole idea. The key driving points I would say was the diversification that we did in terms of shapes, and diversification that we did in terms of grades, uh, the customer diversity, geographical also we diversified ourselves. For example, in Europe, you want to sell a material, it is measured in millimeters. You go in South America, it is measured in inches. So we also had the mindset, okay, why to take that headache? But then we also tried to adapt ourselves to the change, and we diversified and made sure that we have enough customers so that, for example, if something like Russia-Ukraine war happens, we're not left out with we're left with no option. Okay, where do we sell now? So we have tried to diversify ourselves. So we have more than 200 customers in export with whom we have worked in last 3 years. I'm not talking about the potential customer. Potential customer list is more than that. But 200 successfully executed orders with 200 different customers, more than 300 customers locally where we have successfully executed orders with them. So the idea is to you know take it to the next level. To we continuously introspect ourselves, see what better we can do with them, and the key driving force has been uh, uh, the thing that we want to grow, we want to grow, we want to be better. What better we can do? That has been our driving force.
Question from Ms. Bharti Agrawal. Are there any plans for diversification to new product lines or market beyond stainless steel and higher alloys?
Bharti, I think this question was asked by some other person also. We are already in the process of developing higher alloys, and we have taken few trials. Yes, we won't be uh, diversifying ourselves in new product lines, but with the same product lines, what better we can do with what special alloys, what better we can do. That is the plan, and we'll be doing so.
Mr. B, what benefits does the windmill facility bring to the company in terms of green energy and cost savings?
Initially, windmill, we almost produce around 22 lakh units per year, and that unit we wheel it against our GEB invoice. Hence, we save a substantial amount. So almost 2 lakh units per month we are saving in terms of generation. Against that, there's an expense of O&M that we pay to Suzlon, who make sure ensures they maintain our windmill. So we had bought the windmill from Suzlon, and we still continuing the O&M contract with them. So that's the cost that we incur, and whatever electricity is generated is wheeled with some transmission loss against the units we utilize here in our factory. Cost saving would be, I would say, around 50-60 lakhs per annum.
Mr. Vishnu Bharadwaj, what sets Mangalam Alloys apart from competitors in the stainless steel industries, and how does the company maintain its competitive advantage?
Okay. Vishnu, thanks for your question. Uh, Mangalam Alloys, stainless steel industry is a very big industry. We make flat. There is a flat product. There is a long product industry. Mangalam Alloys is into long product, which is mainly used for engineering applications. So basically, we supply engineering solutions. Engineering industry is still today they require a company to give them a good solution, good material, on time delivery. So what Mangalam is, where Mangalam stands out in the competition or survives in this competition is that we try and work very close to our customers. We try and understand their requirement, their demand, and being an SME, it's very easy for a company like Mangalam to adapt to change. For example, a big industry, there's a requirement. For example, winters are going to start. There's a requirement for certain grade for certain application. Within 4 months, the season is going to change and summers are going to start. So by the time the requirement goes to the big competitors, they try and change and adapt to the new requirement. The demand changes. Whereas Mangalam, we can always try and adjust with the small customers, with the seasonal customers. Okay, we can fulfill your requirement, fulfill your demand. That's how we get preference. Also, the minimum order quantity, minimum batch size, also a large competitor or large manufacturer would dictate that okay, I need say 3 tons as the minimum order quantity per size or per shade. Where we say okay, 500 kg, half a ton is okay. We will adjust, we'll try and we'll accommodate and we'll supply. That's right. So it's a balance of understanding of the product, also of the service. So we try and keep a balance where our cost of production is not increased and to maintain that smaller batches or unique requirements of our customer. And we also get respected from the revenue part where we stand out in the competition. We get fed some extra margin on that. Customer is happy. The customer should be happy at the end of the day. If he's happy, we'll make sure that we are happy, and we follow that. And I think that has been where we stand out in the competition. Also, being an SME to export to developed countries like Europe, Latin America, USA, it's not very easy. We've gone through that rough phase where we knock the doors and all, none of the door opens up, and there's a small opportunity suddenly pops up, and we go all guns blazing in that opportunity, and that's how we've learned the things hard way. Having more than 200 customers in export is sounds very fantastic, but we know what we have gone through. But that kind of patience, that kind of consistency we had in our management, we had in us, and hence we could reach to this level. And I think it's not just one thing which stands us from the competition. It's a mix of a lot of things. The experience, the kind of experience that this old management carries with the second generation, with me coming in the business, the guidance that I get from the first generation, the new experience that we have while developing new business, new avenues, new customers also helps us in enhancing the overall feel of Mangalam. And I think continuous innovation, continuous R&D, continuous jugaad engineering has been the way how we have survived and we have grown. And I think that will stand us, that will help us in standing in this competitive world.
Ms. Bharti Agrawal, can you give insights about the IPO?
Gauraji, can you please do it?
Earlier, I can explain again that the issue will open tomorrow. That is 21st of September and will close on 25th of September. The issue size is 54.91 crores, and we are offering 68 lakh 64,000 shares, the total issue size, in which 3 lakh 44,000 shares are reserved for the market maker, and retail investors are 32 lakh 60,800 shares, and the non-retail portion is 32 lakh 59,200 shares. The issue price is 80 rupees, and the lot size is 1600 shares, which makes an application of 1 lakh 28,000 rupees for a retail application. And we are expecting a listing on 5th of October 2023. So these are the insights about the IPO.
Bamar Roberts is asking, what specific value-added products are you focusing on, and how do you plan to achieve this shift in product focus?
Valued product, because we are an integrated setup, so we sell products at each level. We sell at black bars also, bright bars also, fasteners also. So we will try to have more validation within the factory. We'll try and focus selling more on the finished products rather than selling as semi-finished or black or intermediate products. And how do we plan to achieve this shift is uh, we are aiming to have better export this year compared to last year. And so far we've got a very positive and good response. So, and in export, there's a good demand of dry parts. The more we sell finished goods, and the more valuation we have, and we'll be focusing on that.
Vignesh Ahuja is asking, can you provide a breakdown of the company's revenue sources, including the contribution from stainless steel ignotes, special steel, and higher alloy steel products?
Thank you, Vignesh ji, for your question. The breakdown would be, I would say, stainless steel and special stainless steel would be like 70% of our total revenue. 20-25% would be other alloys and high alloys steel product. 3 to 5% would be special steel at the moment. Special steel sometimes, I mean, in the theoretical terms, special steel is something which is not very easy to manufacture, was is still getting imported in India, is considered to be a special steel. But there are few things where the regular grades also we make some special product which is like a customization. But yes, in terms of the broad breakup, I would say 70% would be coming from stainless steel. But ingots is not our main product. Our main product is bars. So yes, we stainless steel we make ingots also. We sell ingots. A small portion is sold as ingots, but a major is bars where different profiles are sold in black and white form.
Kumar Roberts is asking, how do you intend to further expand your operations in research and development?
In R&D, we have few things in mind, and we have also declared in our RSP that there's a few capex that we will be doing for our R&D purpose.
Abhi?
So yes, there are few plans, and there is also we have patented few processes which we developed in R&D. So there will be some small expansion in R&D, but exact details I cannot disclose on this platform. So, but yes, you would see substantial growth in R&D.
Again, Mr. Question from Mr. Bampar Roberts. What strategies are in place to capitalize on the opportunities presented by domestic demand for stainless steel products and foreign collaborations?
Strategies, I think we have this answer was already covered. I'll repeat again. We have a distribution. Not we don't have a distribution network in stainless steel. We work with stockists or the end users directly uh, through our sales team or through our sales channel. In export, we have exclusive agents, more than five exclusive agents for working only for Mangalam stainless steel long products. Uh, and in domestic, we have three sales team who they are working closely uh, with few with different customers located at different locations. For example, as we are stationed in Gujarat, Gujarat is one of the major sales that we happen locally, domestically. Then we also sell to Mumbai and Pune because Mumbai being Asia's biggest stainless steel market of for long products. That's a very important market for us. Then we also sell to the southern part of India, Bangalore, Chennai, Karnataka, some small requirements in Kolkata, Hyderabad, and some portion in the northern part of India, that is Delhi, Jalandhar, and Gurgaon. So we have a good customer base in export. We have more than 200 customers. We have more than 300 customers in India. The strategy is that we maintain our strike rate. We still have, for example, we always maintain how many inquiries did we get, how many we converted into into orders, and how many inquiries couldn't be converted, and what was the issue with that. So we have some kind of internal analysis that we maintain, and whenever we have the correct resources and the need to capitalize on that momentum, we can do it. So that kind of homework and everything is already in place. I think that would cover your question.
Again, he's asking, how do you plan to tap into new markets such as Canada and United States of America?
We have already started the journey. We have successfully executed orders for USA, and also in discussion few other customers in Canada. But yes, we don't want to do too many things simultaneously. Canada and US is like a dream country, dream thing for everyone. Everyone fantasizes selling in USA and Canada. We want to make sure that we are truly prepared, and whatever we commit there, we have to execute whatever we plan there. We have to fulfill because they always believe in long-term relationships. So we have to be double sure that even if there's any change in the market, any demands we have to, or any pricing, we have to stand there with them. So yes, US Canada, we have already started the journey, but we are not very aggressive there. We are focusing more on the uh, Latin America and Europe, which is where we are already strong, and we are more confident that we'll be capitalization of volumes on increase on volume will be easier in these continents.
Are there any specific plans for further diversification or expansion within the stainless steel industry?
Uh, there are no specific expansion plans, to be honest. Diversification, yes, we have few things in mind, like maybe developing few one or two different profiles with the same grade, with the same customer and same market, but not there's no expansion plan as such. We would like to, as I said, the idea is to become one-stop solution for everything in stainless steel one product. So the idea is to diversify, doing different shapes and profiles, without much investment or much. We're not planning any big expansion at the moment, but trying to add more value, have a good value chain mechanism for now.
Question from Mr. Vishnu Bhattwaj. How does the company adapt to changing market dynamics and trends in the steel sector, such as upgradation of new technologies?
Visually, as I think I told you that we are in the process where we see what is the cost and what is the cost of upgradation, what will be the saving. So we always do analysis, and there's always a break-even point where beyond which having an automatic solution is a better solution compared to having the old technology in place. So I think it's a balance of volume versus value. So we do have that kind of analysis for every product that we make. We also keep in touch with what kind of technology is getting used by developed countries. What are the technology which is getting used from in Asia? Also, there are few countries like Japan, Taiwan who have slightly better technology compared to what India is using. And we also see that what kind of manual manufacturing happens, what is the cost. So we see whenever we start with the manual process, and slowly with time, as and as we start earning, we start generating the right revenue, we start replacing that. So right now, the major change that we did in 2018-19 was we bought a completely imported peeling line from Italy, which was a brand new line where 18 machines were replaced by one, and our productivity was increased almost 2.5 times that we were making cumulative in those 18 machines. Then we also have wire drawing, coil to bar drawing machine, which is we replace about three or sets of four machine by one machine, which was a used or imported but used machine from Europe. Then we have a shearing machine where whatever material that we need to cut and reuse for next stages, we were cutting it either on a saw or or we were cutting from gas cutting. Now we have a imported shearing machine, again a used technology of Europe which we imported and implemented. So we try and see, first we try to develop the product, then we see what is the cost of production, then we see what is the cheapest cost of production in the market, and what is at what volume does the value and volume doesn't matter. For example, what is the break even to have a best technology, and try to reach to that level where then we replace with a better technology. But we always grow in steps. We don't target. We don't want that we invest first and then we search for customers that okay, now let's try to sell the product.
Vidit Gupta is asking, margins will be the same going ahead or there is scope for improvement and how will it improve?
Uh, Vedit, obviously everyone wants that margin should be the best. No one can speculate that margins will improve. I mean, yes, obviously, if we have a better utilization, obviously margins will improve for sure. But I cannot speculate the market because it's a volatile market. As far as Mangalam is concerned, so the question changed here. Well, as far as Mangalam is concerned, I don't think so. There will be any major change in the negative way. Things are going to be positive, but I cannot predict and I cannot commit to anything right now. But we see a positive. There's a industry outlook is positive. From Mangalam standpoint, also things are looking very positive. So results should will be positive.
Mr. Bumper Roberts is asking what is our average working capital, any scope of improvement?
Yeah, our average working capital cycle, I would say, uh, it I mean on an very layman language, we say that what is the debt we have and what is the turnover we have. So we in a very local desi language we say that how many times is the rotation. So we right now it's like 2.5 to 3 times is the working capital cycle, right from when it gets in the factory, and whatever money comes back in the system. So almost there are 3 rotations in a year. Yes, definitely there will be a, good improvement. So, for example, it's like a swimming pool because it's an integrated setup. So we have to have the production happens in batches. It's not that we can take out or we can do much on the batches. So we have to maintain inventory, minimum inventory at different levels. So, for example, there's a swimming pool with a capacity of 50 people, but even there are 5 people, we have to maintain the same level of water. So if more people are there, more is the utilization. So for example, if we have good utilization of our installed capacities, the working capital cycle will always go down and will always improve. And if we are not utilizing properly, because it's a batch production, it's not a continuous production. That whatever is melted today is rolled tomorrow, and it is annealed day after tomorrow, and the fourth day it goes for drying, and fifth day it's made as fast as well. It doesn't happen like that. Every department makes a batch production, and the batches are clubbed together, and that then executed for the next level. And that also requires a lot of planning. We have various shapes, various grades. So depending on the delivery commitment, we have to alter our production cycle also. So looking into all that, definitely there will be a good scope of there will be good improvement in future. Right now it is around 2.5 to 3 times the working outside.
Mr. Vidit Gupta is asking what is the cost of borrowings?
Cost of borrowing, I think, from the balance sheet you can see in the interest column. You can easily judge. I would say either would be less than 12% per annum, the cost of borrowings that we have from banks and institutions, and it's highlighted in the interest column of the book. Major competitors, if you want to compare apple to apple, there are no big listed companies who are our competitors. Only Panchmal I see as who's also listed and is a stainless steel manufacturer. Other companies like Viraj Profiles he's one of the biggest in Asia in long products. So he has the best technologies that anyone can dream of. He's, he's a competition for everyone. Then there are other big players like German Steel who are also quite good. So some names that you asked for, what we different, that the major difference that I said that because we are an SME, we have the attitude and the flexibility to change with the customer's requirement, customer's demand, and we get adapt to the change very fast. And this way we are different from them. Also, our the kind of infrastructure that we have that they have, for example, company of those scale would be spread out 150,000 meters of land or 200,000 meters of land, 200,000 square meters of land. Whereas a company like us is just spread in 41,000 meters of land, giving the same product that they are making, giving the same quality that they are making, and challenging ourselves that okay, if they are using if you're using their material, our material won't fail at any level. So yes, this is how we are different from them.
Mr. Bumper Roberts, what are our major competitors? Mr. Pritesh who is asking 100 production is SSS or any other alloy also, and I understand no carbon steel, is that correct?
Yeah, we don't make carbon steel. We don't make. We make some special alloy steels. Special alloy steels like specifically talking about tool steels. Tool steels is something high valued item in special alloys, and we make some higher alloys which are even higher than stainless steel, which has more nickel, more moly. That also we make that, but we don't make any carbon steel. So basically, the industry has is categorized into different basic categories. So first is the normal steel, the construction steel, uh, TMT girders, which are used for construction, which are used with cement. That's a basic. Second category is carbon steel like EN8, EN9, and all that, which is used for some small engineering application or this low end application. Then there's alloy steel where you have defined manganese, nickel, chromium to be of certain level. Then there is a stainless steel, which is a category. Stainless steel means minimum 10% chromium is categorized under stainless steel. And then there are some special higher alloys, for example, titanium based or higher nickel, higher moly based. So those are some special alloys. So Mangalam makes only stainless steel and some special steels and higher alloys. No carbon steel.
Again from Mr. Pritesh Vora, what is asset turnover ratio, total working capital days, and breakup in receivables, inventory, and payable days? Does export has better working capital cycle than India?
Uh, I'm not very sure. So there are two, three things he has asked together, Mr. Pritesh. Asset turnover ratio. I'm not from the financial background, so I don't know exactly what is the meaning. Maybe Gauraji, you can suggest us better on the asset turnover ratio. वर्किंग और ये आप बताएंगे एसेट टर्नओवर रेशियो में
Let me just check out. I have also have to check it out. But obviously, I can tell you what is the current we have for the working capital cycle. That we have already discussed that it will be somewhere around 3 months that will have for a working capital cycle. But uh, for receivable and payable days, let me just check it out. For receivable and payable days, we have for receivable it is somewhere around uh, 90 days to 110 days that currently they are having, and for inventories we have somewhere around 3 to 4 months inventory that we have right now that the company has. And for the exports of working cycle, I think Tusharji, you can elaborate what will be the working cycle for the export market.
export working cycle is slightly longer than the local market. The main reason is that we have to club all the products in one container and then send the goods. Whereas in domestic, we can also sell or supply whatever goods are ready because it's not necessary. For example, there's a 20-ton order, 5 tons of material is ready. We can do part deliveries locally because that's how we function. Whereas in export, until unless the whole container is ready, we cannot ship the goods. And also from the data cycle, export is almost like 60 days of from the factory gate. Almost after 45 to 60 days, we get uh, the payment. Whereas domestic varies from 15 days to 75, 90 days of container.
Unlisted, what? Why the employee benefit expenses is decreasing? Decreasing.
Employee benefit expenses is decreasing. As I said, after COVID, we did because of the COVID years, we were not running efficiently. So there were first wave we had lockdown for almost like 3 months. After that, a lot of laborers migrated and they came back. So first 5 months was bad for us. The second wave, because of oxygen, our industry was shut for 2 3 months. And last year, we did some small changes with automation and better utilization. For example, we have some cranes now in place for handling cranes. We have some machines attached to some auxiliary attachments to the machine, which helps us in handling the material, which was more valuable. So I would say we are trying to strike a balance between automation and cost optimization. So that has been the reason that we make a different expense. If see,
Shashi Kapoor, what is the vision of company for next 5 years?
next 5 years in terms of numbers, honestly, especially I cannot give you because I cannot disclose any numbers or comment any numbers on this platform.
So your
Uh,
voice is not.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, now it's audible.
Shashiji, on this platform, officially I cannot say anything about the numbers. If you want the numbers, as far as the vision is concerned, yes, whatever we believe in ourselves, we believe in the culture of SME, and that has been the strength, the backbone of our company. So the idea is to grow bigger and better from where we stand right now. So definitely there will be good trajectory growth individually as far as the firm is concerned. Uh, in next 5 years, we would like to see a substantial growth or a great from the numbers point of view, from customer satisfaction point of view. But as I have a lot of limitation, I cannot disclose anything on the future plans, on the numbers. So really sorry for this. Thank you so much for your wishes, Mr. Roberts.
We have covered majority of the questions. I think we can close.
Okay,
Thank you, Tushar sir, for patiently answering all the questions. Your detailed explanations has helped us to understand your business very well.
thank you,
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav sir, for giving insights about the IPO of the investor community. And thank you, investors who have participated for the IPO roadshow. Thank you all.
thank you everyone. Thank you, Neelam.
Thank you.
Thank you all.